first ever apartment was in New Orleans in the year 2002. My roommate and I paid $535 even, not individually. One lump sum, all utilities included, a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-balcony apartment. And I still remember, like, confronting our landlord, like, hey, can you shave off that extra $5? Give us a chance to survive? And I moved in, I think everyone's first roommate is a friend. Mine was not. I went to high school with this guy, didn't really know him. We moved in the morning because it was all his shit. Nothing was mine. I don't know if anyone has that roommate or is that roommate. Like, you got the couch, you have the TV, you have the table, I have the mattress and the box that I will reuse. But the previous tenant had left us a gift, okay? Now, by a round of applause, who is not familiar with what is known as Tony Chachere's? Not familiar, no. Tony Chachere's, it's a Creole spice. It's like a Louisiana, New Orleans version of an Old Bay. It's you put it on an old tennis shoe and make it taste like a filet gumbo. You know what I'm saying, y'all? You put it on a rubber band sandwich, make it taste like a shrimp po' boy. Monteleone. Side note, wait, let's put the story aside for a second. That's a really fucking annoying thing about being from southern Louisiana, is people are like, but where's your accent? Like they want you to, oh man, I tell you the other day, I was down there gator hunting and I cut me open an alligator and its tummy was full of crawdads. It was full of crawdads, they were hiding from Hurricane Katrina. I like that storm done gone, all the crawdads, and then that gator came back to life, bit my hand off like I was Captain Hook. Jesus, I had to drive to the hospital with no hand, drinking beers, and the sheriff done pulled me over on a boat. He pulled me off on a damn boat. I said, Sheriff, how you got that boat on land? He said, I didn't. You got your truck in the water. Laissez-les bon temps rouler. I'm disappointed too. I wish I spoke like that. Truthfully, a true New Orleans accent just sounds like take a fucking East Coast guy. Why are you asking where I'm from? Where's it your business? I'm from Hoboken. Take that guy, give him a Valium. Now you got a New Orleans accent. I don't remember where I'm from. What's a Hoboken? You can fish on it? All right, back to the story. So, the previous tenant left behind a gift for us. It wasn't Tony Chachere's. I just like talking about that stuff. It's delicious. But it was a spice. He left behind a jar of cumin. Right? Cumin, you know it. It's very common. If you ever had a curry or a chili, if you've tasted chili, you've tasted cumin. And here's a little secret. If you're broke and you got a hot dog, but you can't afford the chili, just sprinkle some cumin on that hot dog. It'll make it taste exactly like you rolled it in dirt. It's not a good standalone spice at all. It really isn't. That's probably why he left it behind. But upon discovering that jar, I said to my new roommate, hey, look at this big-ass jar of cumin. It's spelled C-U-M-I-N, and I know how it's pronounced, but first of all, cumin. It's like an ejaculation joke. And I was in my early 20s when ejaculation jokes were very funny. Now, in my 30s, ejaculation jokes are extremely funny. They've gotten funnier. But also, one of my favorite gags is to purposefully mispronounce things because I love rousing the grammar dragons. Gnash your teeth, grammar dragon. Hey, look at this big-ass jar of cumin. I expected him to, worst case, be like, shut up, it's pronounced cumin. Or who knows, best case, now we got a new inside joke between roommates that we could have for the next 6 months unless we extend our lease to a year, you know how it goes. So I said it, hey, look at this big-ass jar of cumin. And he goes, what? What? It's cumin. God damn it, it's cumin. Don't say that shit. Exactly. I was like, oh. Whom did I just move in with? And now I was obsessed with that moment, and before I knew it, it was lunchtime, and he ordered a Hawaiian pizza. And I was like, oh, Hawaiian pizza. You know what's delicious when you put it on Hawaiian pizza? Some cumin. And right away, like clockwork, seriously? Don't fucking say that to me again. It's cumin. You say it right or you don't say it. And then, grow up. And I was like, well, now I'm never going to grow up, am I? You just Peter Panned me. I am a boy for life. Later that day, his girlfriend comes over. It's like evening time. It's her first time in the new apartment. They're sharing a pint of ice cream. And I didn't even say anything. I just leaned out of the kitchen, showed him the jar. And right there, next to his girl, he's all, fuck you. And she's, of course, like, huh? What? And he explains it. He thinks it's funny to pronounce cumin, cumin. And then she starts laughing. Because she has a sense of humor. And then he turns on her, like, God damn it, that's not funny. It's cumin. And he's yelling, and I didn't see much of her after that. And I had to leave because their fight got pretty loud and pretty awkward. And I went out drinking with friends, and I'm like, you gotta see this. You gotta see this shit. And I bring them back to the apartment. It's like 3:30 in the morning. I'm like, welcome to the new digs, fellas. Can I offer you some Ritz crackers and cumin? And like clockwork, he comes out of his room. Hey, what the fuck? It's cumin. Say it. Say it. And we're all laughing our ass off. And he's like, I fucking hope you all die one day. Well, we will. Nice one. Nice one, man. And all he had to do was just not react. Just once. And I'd have forgotten about it. But now I had no choice. I was having dreams about how I was going to mess with them. And so the next morning, we're both up early. Our first day in the new apartment, first morning, okay? He's up early because he was still in school. He had to go to class. I'm up early to go to work. And he's sitting down to a fresh plate of scrambled eggs. And I was like, hey. You know what would be delicious on those scrambled eggs? And he gives me a look that I can only describe as murder fuck. It's a look you give someone when you want to murder them and then sexually violate their dead body so their soul can't go to heaven. Murder fuck. It looks like... So he gives me that look. So I know I can't say coming. Gotta throw a knuckleball at him. So I said, some Tony Chachere's. I bought some last night. It's in the kitchen. And then he went from like, to, smiling. Because that's what a Tony Chachere's make you do, baby. It's so delicious. You put it on a crazy person, turn them into a friend. Enchanté. And now he is in the kitchen digging around, and I hear him opening and closing all the cabinets. Like, where is it? Oh, it's in the cabinet. Which one? The one above the George Foreman grill. Where? I can't find it. It's in the top part. It's there. Where? Behind the cumin. And what normally followed that word, as I established, was a fit of rage. Only this time, that's not what happened. This time, it was total silence, which was scary. Because after a while, I was like, oh God, am I gonna walk in there and find him just on the ground with his wrist slit, bleeding it out? You went too far. You went too far. It's pronounced cumin, and now you'll never forget. Oh, Lord, I'm coming. Thankfully, no, that's not what happened. Instead, he comes out holding the jar, staring me down with the hatred of 1,000 men, and then throws it at me. Because he just didn't, it was like he just released too early and it bounced off the wall and just landed, like right there between us on the carpet. And I look up at him, and he's now crying. Hatred tears. You can tell when they're hatred tears because they're boiling with rage and they evaporate mid-cheek. And he says, I'm going to class, and then I'm fucking moving out. And he storms off. Now, I had just been attacked for no reason. First order of business in that moment was to eat those scrambled eggs. They were fresh, and I was hungry. And I doused them with that Tony's. It was right there by the microwave. I'm surprised he didn't find it. Second order of business, called into work, sick. I couldn't bust tables. I was traumatized. I couldn't handle silverware in that mental state. Third order of business, a little well-deserved R&R. Plop down on the couch, his couch, mind you. Turn the TV on, his TV. Didn't know if any of that stuff was going to be there by the end of the day. I'm watching TV. Oh, look, a Saved by the Bell marathon. Oh, wow, season 3 while they're at the Malibu Sands Beach Resort. Oh, they're in bikinis. Well, I've earned this. A little release. And there I am, furiously masturbating on his couch, watching his TV, and right as I near climax, that jar catches my eye. It's still laying there on the ground. And now, that's why I was in this moment, so it was like a lover to me. And I exclaimed, oh, coming! Right as I began, coming. And I shouted it so the furniture would know what was going on. And then the front door swung open. And there's a UPS delivery guy standing there. Holding a package, sees me holding my package, and says, oh, fuck no, and slams that door. A couple of things. Yes, he caught me masturbating, fine. But he scared me, it frightened me, and it happened right as I began orgasming. Have you ever been frightened right as you begin to come? Oh man, is it great. Oh man, is it so badass. Just, oh, it's so much semen spew forth from my loins. I don't know what happens. Maybe your brain senses danger and orders a mandatory full evacuation of your testicles. Evacuate! Go! Save the seed! The mothership is in danger! There was so much. And then I just had to sit there quietly like, is he still there? Oh God. And I finally went and looked out of the peephole, and yep, he's standing there, sort of swaying. And I was like, God damn it. So I lit a cigarette. Thought it would make me look more badass. Lit a cigarette. Like, okay, let's do it. And I opened the door, and right away he's like, listen, I'm not into no goddamn gay shit. I got a wife, I got a family, and you're too young. I know, right? Why? What's that for? But now I'm defensive, puffing on my cigarette like, hey man, it's a fucking private apartment. Why don't you try knocking? You ever heard of knocking? And then he doesn't say anything and angrily goes, I didn't knock because you said come in. Because you said come in. That's the kind of coincidence that made man invent God. If I were a religious person, that would have been my mindset. Like, well, the Lord clearly does not want me touching myself. Thus why he sent this brave soldier to interrupt me whilst doing the devil's diddle. Like, I couldn't stop. Like, in that moment, like, he was about to knock. I didn't say, oh, come in. I was having sex with a spice. I said, oh, come in. What sounds exactly like, oh, come in. Gee, all I could think about in that moment was my roommate. Like, he's right. I should have pronounced it correctly. If I'd have been like, oh, cumin, he'd have heard that and been like, what did he say? Oh, cumin? I should knock. And I would later find out, by the way, the reason my roommate got so pissed is because his childhood pet was a Cocker Spaniel named Cumin. And so when I said cumin, it reminded him of cumin. And he got sad that I was mispronouncing it. Fuck you. And then this UPS guy, he slams this clipboard in my chest. He's like, you have to sign for it. And now I'm just backpedaling. I'm like, look, I thought you were my girlfriend. And he interrupts me. He's like, you ain't got no damn girlfriend. You're right. I do not. And then he gives me the package, says, have a nice day. And then finally looked at the package. It wasn't addressed to me. It was not addressed to my roommate. It was addressed to who I assume was the previous tenant. So that meant it was addressed to me now. And I open it and almost collapse at what I see before me. Can you guess? No, there's a spice rack. If the previous moment made me believe in God, that made me believe that God is capable of bragging. Thank you guys very much.